doing? I hope you guys are having a great day. It's Keon Corniff at the East Orange Financial Learning Center here in New Jersey. I just want to come on real quick and help you guys out. I got a lot of message about this, so I wanted to come on and tell you. Now, one of the things that we're doing is that we're using the 4 boxes to really do our client review. I do a lot of client reviews all the time. Over the years, I accumulated a few clients, and when I sit down with them, I make it easy and simple. So one of the things that I want you guys to do is like this. You see, when you get like statements like this, and you got to do your policy review with them, right? One of the things that you get on here is a whole bunch of numbers. And most of the time, it confuses your clients, and it probably confuse you too. Or if you do understand it, you want to make it as simple as possible. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to help you real quick. You're going to see how fast this is because it's not hard. It's easy. It's very simple. Like I said, it's clear, it's doable, and of course, it's fast. All right. So when I do the 4 boxes, 4 things people want to know about their money. They want to know about what is the cost of insurance, how much you paid for that, and they also want to know what is it that they save, and they also want to learn what they made and what is the value. Right. So when I sit down with a client and I break it down to them, I pretty much go over this. So let me give you an idea. When we talk about what is the cost of insurance, on this policy review sheet, the way to figure out what is the cost of insurance is very simple. You're going to look at what is called a premium expense charge. Once you look at the premium expense charge, you're going to put that number there. Then you're going to show them what is the total monthly deductions. And then you're going to go over what is the other charges. Once you add those numbers up, that is what's known as the cost of insurance. Now, I'll give you an example of what a total is. Right? So once you figure out the cost of insurance, then you got to figure out how much they saved out of their total contribution to it. So in this example, you're going to take what's the total premium they paid, right? The paid premium total of it. Then you're going to minus the cost of insurance, which you figured out over on this box. Once you get that, that's what's saved. All right? That's how much is saved out of their total premium. The next thing is you got to figure out what they made. Now, that is the interest credited. It's going to say that on your policy review. The interest credited, okay? Once you get that number, you're in good shape, all right? You write that number big and bold. Then, also, the saved value. So now you want to figure out what is the value of the policy. You're going to add what they saved plus the interest credited, and that will equal the ending policy value, which is also on your report sheet. That's how they get that number, all right? So now, just to give you an example, this is an example of one of my clients, right? And I'm going to give you a simple one. This person actually is a male, 29 years old. He's actually paid and saved. He's currently paid $1,512 for a $350,000 coverage-wise, right? So let me show you what the cost of insurance came out for him, right? Just to give you an example. So the cost of insurance for him was the premium expense charge came out to be $60.48. The total monthly deduction was $713.30. And the other charge was $3.19. When you look at the total cost of insurance, that was actually $776.97. So now you look at that and the client said, wow, that's so much for the cost of insurance? Absolutely. So now, if you really want to show them really what the cost of insurance is, take that number, divide it by 12. They're looking at it like, what, 60-something bucks for a month to get a $300,000 coverage, right? Then you look at what the difference is. What is it that they save? Now, the way to find out what they save, you take the total premium they paid, which is the $1,512. Then you minus the cost of insurance that you figured out over here. Now you get that number. Now this is what they saved. They saved $735.03, right? Now, if you really want to show your client what they're really saving, divide that number by 12, and right there they're realizing like, wow, this is how I help my clients understand why they need to overfund, because they really see what they're truly saving. And when they realize like, hey, I'm only saving like $60-something, I say, hey, could you save that, boost it up to $100? Because here's why they want to understand this, right? Because when I sit down with a client, I show them how to make their money work for them. So I make sure that they understand the importance of why they want to have more money saved in this vehicle. So that way they can make better interest credited, because for his credited, on the first year, he only made $2.92. So when you add this up plus this number, it will give you what's called the ending policy value. So you add what is saved plus the interest credited, and that's the ending value. That's how they come up with that number, what's called ending value. Now, after this, I simply go over my client and I say, let me give you a quick reminder again. What is it that you have? You have to take the time to go over that so that way people understand what they have. I remind them of the growth potential that they have, where they're capped at, what's the amount of interest they can make. And then I also talk about this floor. What is the safety that they have even if the market goes down tank? I remind them that their money is safe. So right there they realize that I could never lose money, but I could also gain money. I also remind them of the tax advantages that they have. The tax deferred income that they have, where they don't pay taxes on the gains in the policy. If you want to understand this more, go to page 46 and 47 in your blue book, your Saving the Future book, where it talks about the tax advantages of life insurance. Then you talk about the tax deferred income, where they don't pay taxes on the gains in the policy. You get tax-free withdrawals, and you talk about tax-free loans, tax-free death benefit. You got to remind them of these great things. Also, the next thing is that you talk about the protection. What are some of the protection that they get? What are some of the living benefits? To explain more about this is also in your Saving Your Future book, where it talks about it on page 46 and 46 through 47, or 45. 45 in the Saving the Future book, where it talks about some of the living benefits that they get. So these are protection, where you remind them of what their plan have, where they have terminal illness or critical illness, chronic illness, death benefit, and long-term care. So these are some of the things that I sit down with my client. They understand simple. I make it very clear. I let them understand this is fast when I do it. And I also show them it's doable for them to understand and also know for the future, all right? So I hope this helped you. I hope you understand now exactly when I sit down with my client, what I do. And I always use the 4 boxes thanks to our great leadership and our coach, Trainers Academy. We've really done some amazing things. I will also encourage you, make sure you go get registered now so that way you can keep learning and keep implementing some of these great things, all right? Thank you, guys. I'm out. Peace out.